My name is Heather, and this is another Delphi update. And this is kind of a fun one, in my opinion, because I love this kind of stuff. So, um, so what's camera's all crooked? Sorry, guys. I don't know. All right. So basically, what we're going to go over is the um, most recent ex parte communications that have been sent to the judge in favor of cameras in the courtroom and more transparency and justice for uh, Abby and Libby and also Richard Allen. So, treating him fairly and, maintaining his rights. Those are all things that the citizens are noticing aren't being upheld necessarily fairly. And they want answers. So, this is we're going to be reading through the most recent. There was another video where some emails or letters came, ex parte letters, but now this is more individuals that have come forward and are voicing their opinions to Judge Gull. And on that note, if you would like to judge or tell uh, Judge Gull your thoughts about her banning the cameras in the courtroom, about her throwing Brad, Rosie, and Richard what's his name, Andrew Baldwin off the case. Sorry, I've got names all over the place in my head, and sometimes they just don't want to work. So yes, so this is if you would like to reach out to Judge Gull and tell her your opinion about the way she's been handling the Richard Allen case. You can email her at francis.gull@allensuperiorcourt.us, or you could send her a snail mail at Allen Superior Court. Attention, Francis C. Gull, 715 Calhoun Street, number 314, Fort Wayne, Indiana, 46802. So definitely give her an email or send her a letter and let her know what you think. As a concerned citizen of this country, you can have an opinion about this. You don't have to live in Delphi to have an opinion about Frances Gull and the way she's been mishandling, in my opinion, mishandling this case. So, with that all being said, we're going to move on to reading these ex parte letters, which are going to be entertaining. In my opinion, they're entertaining. All right, so obviously, whoops, you guys think so too because you're here. So, all right, that light is so bright. I'm going to, how about green? Blue. Do blue. That's fine. Blue. Okay. That was so bright. All right, so this is, I'm not going to zoom in because the other ones are large, but so this cover letter is basically just a cover letter from Francis C. Gull, Special Judge, Carroll Circuit Court, Carroll County, Indiana, April 2nd, 2024 is when this was issued. It says court orders ex parte communication from all of these individuals. I'm not going to read them out all out loud. And copied and sent to counsel of record and the clerk of Carroll Circuit Court. So they probably sent it to, well, it says that they served it to everybody, but I think if it was ex parte, it's this page goes to everybody, but the other party doesn't get to see the documents, is what I think. So I think Richard Allen's attorneys were probably copied these and not the prosecution. All right. So here is the first one. Honorable Judge Gull, I am writing to relay my concern with your order for no media coverage in the Richard Allen case. The community and I'm not only talking about Delphi, it is a nationwide community, deserves to be a part of this trial. What are your reasons? Will you please reconsider? And I am fully on board with Cammie's email here. It's great. I think I absolutely believe this is a nationwide community. And the court system is so antiquated and it does not catch up. Like, these trials are supposed to be public, but they only think it's good enough because it's open to people in the public, but it's not good enough because people all over the country want to see these trials, especially these high profile trials. And not even just the country, the world. And you can learn a lot from these things. And you can make your own opinions. You're not listening to some person that went and watched it and their bias is now floating through in their thoughts in the way that they recap the trial. You're not hearing it with your own ears, which I think is hugely important. All right, so this next one, I'm going to zoom in here a little. All right, from Kayla. Letter regarding transparency. Honorable Judge Gull, I am writing to express my concerns regarding the Delphi, Indiana trial and the critical need for transparency throughout the legal proceedings. As a concerned citizen and a former paid advocate for the company I reside in, I firmly believe that transparency is essential in assuring justice is served and maintaining public trust in the judicial system. Agreed. I agree so much. The tragic events surrounding the unalivings of Abby Williams and Libby German in Delphi have deeply affected the community and garnered nationwide and worldwide attention. That is so true. However, the lack of transparency surrounding the trial proceedings has left many unanswered questions and fueled speculation. It is imperative that the court and law enforcement agencies involved in the case prioritize transparency to provide clarity to the public and foster trust in the judicial process. This includes providing timely updates on the progress of the trial, disclosing relevant evidence, and ensuring that the proceedings are conducted in an open and fair manner. By allowing live stream court proceedings shows this trial, it would allow for full transparency and give citizens across the nation and world peace and hope that Abby and Libby receive justice. Exactly. Justice for Richard Allen, regardless of whether he is innocent or guilty, once he is found one way or the other, that's justice for the girls. Even if he's found innocent, because I believe he's part of a victim of this story too, and I do believe he's not connected in this at all. But I think, I don't know where I was going with that. I mean, I had a point. Gosh, my brain, it sucks sometimes. It really does. Richard Allen, I was saying something about Richard Allen garnered attention worldwide. It is worldwide. I don't know what I was saying. Um, I just know that it's going to help so much if we do actually have a live stream. And I am fully supportive of live streaming every single trial. Or at least, every courtroom should have cameras. And even if you're not like airing it somewhere, it should be recorded because we have the technology to do these things now. So I and law enforcement should always have body cams on all day unless they're on, off duty. Then they can turn it off. But I think we should be holding them accountable, and that would help. Anyways, all right. So where did I leave off? Transparency not only promotes accountability but also serves as a deterrent to misconduct and injustice. Exactly like what I was just saying. If you have a body cam on law enforcement all day while they are on the clock, they aren't going to do things that are illegal. They're not going to be fudging police reports and whatevers. They're not going to be lying to people outside, trying to get statements from or whatever. You're not going to see that when their cameras are rolling. They're most likely not going to incriminate themselves on a rolling camera. But anyways, so by keeping the public informed and involved, we can help ensure that the pursuit of justice for Abby and Libby remains a priority and that their families receive the closure and justice they deserve. I urge you to take action to ensure transparency through the Delphi trial and to uphold the principles of justice and accountability. The community and the victims' families deserve nothing less. Thank you for your attention to this matter. Sincerely, Kayla. All right, so Stacy, transparency for the trial of Abby and Libby. Your Honor, as a concerned citizen, I believe it is in the best interest of the defendant, State of Indiana, yourself, and the people of the State of Indiana that complete transparency be allowed during this trial. The amount of scrutiny the court appointed, no wait, the amount of scrutiny the court, appointed counsel teams, and yourself have been under, I believe the only way that the public legal teams and the families of the victims will feel like the right man is convicted is if cameras are allowed inside the court for the duration of the trial. As a fellow Hoosier, I believe I can speak for the majority when saying that we do not want to see this case before the Supreme Court again, whether it be for an appeal or otherwise. As someone who had a daughter the victim's age, I plead with you to allow access to the media so the case can be followed and the integrity of all those involved is not subject to further scrutiny and rumor. Thank you for your time, Stacy Parker. Yikes. Okay, so we got more. It's still going. All right, so subject Richard Allen. This is from Liza. I want to pronounce her name, Liza. All right, so Judge Gull, I come to you in the nicest place possible. You have thousands of eyes all over the world watching you. You are the most biased judge I've ever seen. Richard Allen is innocent until proven guilty. He's not guilty now. I believe you have went over your power as a fair judge. I cannot believe that the state will not even pay for Mr. Allen's experts nor lawyers because of you, in all caps. You are a shame to society. You should be ashamed of yourself. This is not a fair trial, and I will be writing a letter to the Indiana Supreme Court as well, saying how much you are a disgrace. We are all looking for fair justice. As far as not having video or even audio in the court is despicable, are you trying to hide something? Are you protecting people whom shouldn't be? As far as I see, if you need to step down and let a more understanding and unbiased judge do the trial. As far as I see it, you need to step down. Sorry. Not if you. Okay. So that was a good one. I like that one. That was a little sass. I like sass. Thanks, Liza, for your sass. All right. So now we're going to move on to page. Transparency for Richard Allen. Judge Gull, as a concerned citizen of the United States, I would like to request full transparency in the Richard Allen trial for various reasons that will be listed. 1. The Constitution says that, quote, the accused shall enjoy the right to a speedy and public trial only, citation. All right, so 2, the first recordings of Patrick Westphal and other suspects named by defense have been mysteriously lost. So, yeah, all those recordings at the police station that got recorded over mysteriously. Come on now. And then 4 months of discovery. All right, so the original photographer of Elvis Fields, not photographer, polygrapher is what it says, but I said photographer. All right, sorry. The original polygrapher of Elvis Fields has mysteriously lost his life in a house fire. What? And both his sisters passed a polygraph saying he told them he was there and spit, as well as made horns on one of the victims. So the polygrapher of Elvis Fields died mysteriously in a house fire. Wonder what that's about. All right, so number 4, there is no, I don't know if that's backed up, by the way. This is coming from Page More. I don't know if that is factual, but that is what she says here. So moving on to number 4, there is no DNA evidence or geofencing that puts Mr. Allen at the crime scene. Correct. There is not. Number 5, Mr. Allen was denied funds for expert witnesses. Even though Americans are guaranteed a fair trial, expert witnesses are needed for forced confessions and bullet markings. All right. And finally, hold on. Sorry, my dogs are running downstairs. Someone's home. All right, so number 6, the world is watching, and even more will join if Mr. Allen's rights to a fair and public trial are not adhered to. Thank you, Ms. Moore. That was nice. That was a good one. All right, so here, I like the other one with the sass and saying she's going to write to the Supreme Court. I'm not saying you should do that, but nothing's stopping you. So people on YouTube are like, don't do that, don't do that. Why? They're public figures. You can if you want to. Here's, all these people writing Frances Gull. She's a public figure, and it's allowed. You can write them. You can also report them to somewhere if you don't like what they're doing. You could. That's up to you. All right, so anyways, Ann Smith. Cameras in the courtroom for the Richard Allen trial. Dear Judge Gull. Why is that so big? Okay. Anyways, dear Judge Gull, I am writing to ask you to please allow cameras in the courtroom for Richard Allen's trial. This trial has the attention of the world. I don't know if Richard Allen is guilty or innocent. All defendants should be presumed innocent. I believe that the length of time it took to solve this case has raised serious questions. Yes, it has. You are an experienced judge and have been a proponent of cameras in the courtroom. Yes, she has. She worked towards getting something approved so that there is more cameras and transparency in the courtroom. She was a part of that pilot or whatever. She helped initiate that. She's a pioneer. She's a pioneer of cameras in the courtroom, and yet she is denying the public cameras during probably one of the biggest, most epic trials that will ever hit Indiana. All right, so this case is the kind of case that definitely needs to be seen to show the defendant is being treated fairly. Thank you for your attention to this matter. Sincerely, Ann Smith. Okay. Dog needs a comfy spot, and she's having problems getting comfy, so I need to throw the blanket on her. Sorry. Okay. Sorry. This case is the kind that definitely needs to be seen to show that the defendant is being treated fairly. Thank you for your attention to this matter. All right. So that was good. A couple more here. This is from Stephanie, and it is titled Transparency, Please, in Richard Allen. Dear Gull, or Judge Gull, I'll get straight to the point. I have watched every phase this case has gone through like many others. It's shocking and disturbing seeing Mr. Allen and now his public defenders treated so unjust. I cannot understand the lack of self-awareness you have concerning your own biased feelings. You have a duty to serve for your elected position, which is a fair and unbiased position, and she is not fair and unbiased in this case. That's me saying that. All right, so cameras could provide some of the trust back that you damaged. You are embarrassing your state. I'm glad I don't reside in Indiana as well as any family. You're also damaging the justice these girls deserve as well as your police department. Start somewhere, making this right or just keeping speeding down a one-way street you barreled down so recklessly. Sorry for my bluntness. I was reminded not be rude like this person. But it's rude to make a mess out of a tragedy. Stephanie, Louisville, Kentucky. Stephanie from Louisville, Kentucky. I like your sass. And if my whole name is needed, I will provide. I trust no one. I wouldn't either. All right. So thank you, Stephanie. That was great. Okay. I love sass. I love a little sass. All right. So, oops. Dear Judge Gull, Frank Wessling. Who? What? Subject Frank Wessling. Dear Judge Gull, I am writing in regards to a person who is inserting himself into the Delphi case and has nefarious reasons. Wait, what? Okay. This is different and interesting. I feel that this person is polluting the jury pool in the Delphi case of Abigail Williams and Liberty German. Frank Wessling is a YouTuber from the Netherlands. He has been bragging on his channel about solving the case and being a part of it. That aspect is not what I'm worried about. I am concerned because last night he showed crime scene photos of the girls on his channel. He got these images from Kyra de Bruyne, I believe. I don't know what can be done, but I just wanted you to know that there is something mentally wrong with this person. Okay, you don't know that. And that is that bothers me. First of all, looking at a crime scene photo is not a crime. Let's be clear. Having a crime scene photo in your possession, it's not a crime. Yes, this was Delphi leaked or whatever. I don't know. I have no idea. I can't even corroborate or deny anything. I don't know anything about this Frank Wessling and what he did or didn't show on his channel. But why do we take pictures of crime scenes? So that we can see and recreate the crime from the crime scene photo. That is what they're there for. They're for our purposes as a resource to learn. So maybe the public doesn't always want to see them, and that's fine. But that doesn't mean that people that want to see them or that don't care about seeing them are mentally ill. I'm sorry, but it is not a big deal to me. If crime scene photos of my body were leaked to the public, I wouldn't care. Why would I care? I'm dead. It's not a big deal. You know what I'm saying? Like, if it can help people learn from the case, like I am a full proponent of, I am looking at these cases so that I can learn and grow and, expand my skills and knowledge in this stuff because it's very interesting to me. And looking at a crime scene photo can only help that. And it doesn't mean that I go out seeking them. I really don't. But in the past, we used to put them on display in the channel, in like the 5 o'clock news. They used to be all over the place. And now all of a sudden it's like, oh no, we're all so sensitive and we can't look at these things. And oh my goodness, this person's mentally ill because he showed it on his channel. No, he's not. No, he's not. He's not mentally ill because he's interested in this stuff. You're interested in it too, or else you wouldn't be watching. You know what I'm saying? I mean, come on. Stop being so judgy of everybody. Just let people be. Just let people be. Stop being so mad at everyone for nothing. Just, let people enjoy life. Be relaxed. Go with the flow. It's not that serious. If you don't want to see the pictures, turn away. You don't have to. That's the brilliant part of free will. You can turn away and not look at the pictures. It's that easy. He has a right to show the pictures. You have a right to not look at them. It's that simple. And I don't see what the big deal is. But you know what? I'm sure I'm going to get a lot of people arguing and yelling at me in the comments. I don't care. But that's how I feel. And that's my opinion. All right. So this person is not mentally ill. But Victoria Best says so. Victoria Best must have her psychology degree and has treated this person and knows that they are mentally ill, because otherwise, why would she be saying that? Right? Okay. Anyways, And anything that he has to say needs to be taken with a grain of salt. In regard to this case, he admitted to me today that he showed the crime scene photos on his channel simply because he wanted to be the YouTuber that did it first. So what? Okay, that's his thing. Let him be. It doesn't affect you in any way. Why are you so mad about it? Please feel free to contact me. Okay, Victoria, get out of here. I didn't like that one. That angered me. That triggered me, Victoria. You getting triggered me. All right, so the state versus Richard Allen, case number blah blah blah, shameful. Okay. So this is our last one, and I just like that, the shameful's already in the title. let me moisten my mouth here. All right, so dear Judge Gull, I am emailing you as a concerned citizen. Your decision to ban coverage of the Richard Allen trial is quite unfortunate. You have decided to severely limit transparency in this case despite the lack of trust from the public. I have serious doubts that you, the judge presiding over this case, is capable of being a fair and impartial judge in this case. This feeling is based on the extensive precedent you have set throughout this entire case. Time and time again, your rulings have been questioned, and some have even been overturned by the Indiana Supreme Court. Bam! Like, you're not necessarily doing what you should be because the Indiana Supreme Court called you out. Our country's justice system is being heavily questioned worldwide because of everything that has been happening in this case. The question is, why are all these irregularities occurring? I have no doubt that you are a capable judge, so why expose your reputation in such a manner? I agree. Why is she exposing herself to all this scrutiny? Because she had, like, until this case, she had a great reputation. People really, liked her because she was, kind of even modern in some of her ways, like putting cameras in all the courtrooms. So, like, a lot of things that she's done have been breakthroughs for the justice system. However, now she's like totally changed her tune, and it doesn't even seem like she's, you know, playing by her oath as a judge here. Anyways, so where were we? Our country's justice system is being heavily questioned worldwide because of everything that has been happening in this case. The question is, why are all these irregularities occurring? I have no doubt you're a capable judge, so why expose yourself in this manner? Why put it out there like every single thing you do, you deny the defense and give McLeland whatever he wants? Constitutional rights are being violated, and you seem to be okay with that, but why? When situations like these arise, it is the public's responsibility to speak up and demand accountability. If things don't change, I will do everything in my power to have you and the prosecutors in this case investigated by the U.S. Department of Justice for blatantly violating Mr. Allen's constitutional rights. In the name of transparency, I implore you to reconsider your decision and allow live coverage, including cameras, in the upcoming trial. Thank you, Oscar Lopez. That was beautiful too. So what is he going to do in his power to get the prosecutors and the DOJ to investigate? I think that they should. I honestly do think that the DOJ or FBI, whoever, should have been investigating this case. And not just the case, but the investigators in this case. Just like in the Kieran Reed case, the FBI was investigating the investigation of the case, not the case itself, but the investigators, the people who investigated the case and how they basically falsified everything and planted evidence. So, yeah, I think that that needs to happen in this case too. We need some FBI, DOJ people out there to start investigating this if they haven't already, because, man, I really hope Judge Gull does put cameras in, and if more people bombard her with an email, which, by the way, that email and a mailing address are on the screen again if you want to write her a letter or write her an email and let her know what you think about the camera ban. Let her know what you think about anything, about how they're treating Richard Allen. Go ahead, give her an email. She's a public figure, and she's an elected public figure. Remember that. So, on that note, I'm going to leave it here. Thank you so much for watching. I really, really appreciate you guys. I hope that you liked this video. Please like, comment, subscribe, and share. And I will see you in the next one. Take care, guys. Bye now. If you've been impacted by a true crime and would like your story told in your own words, or if you or someone you know has been wrongfully convicted or accused of a crime, please write to crimeincourtchannel@gmail.com and tell us your real true crime encounters. Thanks for watching.